You ready? We are gonna go live now. You're live. Let me give them a couple minutes. Just go ahead and start making one of these. We kind of should we move it back that way some more? Yeah. Let me just go ahead and stir it if anybody else wants.
Haven't seen that. We have to put like butter in there or something.
Oh, yeah. In there? No. I'm just gonna go ahead and stir it. Go grab me a fork, please. Another fork, a small plate that I can put these things on while we're waiting for the for it to be made.
One person.
You said it right there. Go ahead and close that down. And okay, don't forget who's on. Yeah. Good morning. We're getting a little bit of a late start because I had a doctor's appointment this morning, but just go ahead and say hi if you're on. Just say hello. We decided we're going to, even though it's what? Almost lunchtime, we decided we're going to make waffles, and I have some eggs going as well. So we are going to be having a late breakfast / lunch. I guess this is brunch. So, you know, we eat breakfast for whenever. And you wanted hot chocolate. You want to sit right there? Why don't you move this chair and then bring that one for me, please? Just kind of lift it so it doesn't make a ton of noise. So we had this got this waffle maker, and we haven't made waffles in quite a while, so we decided to go ahead and make some waffles today. Who is here? Rude gal. Good morning. Mickey Mouse pancakes, exactly. Yeah, we had this a while, but we haven't made waffles in a while, so I said let's just go ahead and make some waffles. And we've got little chocolate chip minis.
There's
and
where is that? What this is?
What?
Because I just want a plate.
No, I want this plate for the to put these things on, so that we don't drip everywhere. And I have some walnuts, and I also have some shredded coconut. Some of them are going to be plain. Nicholas will most likely do the chocolate chips. I was looking for some cranberries, but I think my cranberries are finished because I usually have dried cranberries on mine. So that's what we're going to be doing. Just making. Then he's drinking hot chocolate, and I'm drinking some hot Thai tea. I already had a hot drink this morning before I went to my doctor's appointment. I haven't really been doing live because I've had some issues with my right eye that landed me in the ER last Saturday. So I just came back from my eye doctor, actually. And I've been put on some steroids for my eye, steroid eye drops, because I have this thing called, let me see if I can remember it now, pinguiculitis. That's what it's called. And it's basically inflammation of my eye, but there are some bumps on the eye, on my right eye, that keep getting inflamed. So we're trying to get those remedied. But it actually looks pretty good right now. It's this one, I have some gel in there, so it looks like I've been crying. Somebody told me that this morning. Why are you crying? It's like, well, it'd be kind of hard to cry just out of one eye. But it feels a lot better. It's really dry and irritated because I have chronic dry eyes as well. And I think that's why this right eye is really, really acting up. But it will heal. Yeah, we should be checking on this, huh? Perfect. this. All right, here's number one. Make sure I can take it out without ripping everything, which is probably what I'm gonna do. Yay! There's the first one. Mickey Mouse says good morning. There we go. Put one more in. So we decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and jump on real quickly and do a live and an update and make breakfast at the same time. See if I can multitask here. We're going to be starting school a little late. Yesterday, we actually had a little bit of a mishap with the Wi-Fi, and we found out this morning, or actually, if I found out late last night, that the truck, there was Spectrum was here working, not at my house, but in the neighborhood working on a problem, and the guy was actually in the back of his truck when the truck started to move because it was being hijacked. Now, this is one of those big Spectrum trucks, you know, the ones with the ladder and everything, and it was being hijacked. And apparently created, whoever stole the truck created something like $100,000 in damage. And we were out of Wi-Fi for the entire day. I called yesterday morning, and oddly enough, I thought it was because I hadn't paid my bill. So I called them and I said, look, here's my bill, paid for it and everything. I don't have Wi-Fi right now, so how soon before I get it on? And they said within the next couple of hours you should have it ready to go. So okay. 9:30 came and still wasn't on. So I gave them a call again. And I said, you know, well, what's going on? And then after figuring out my address, they said, well, we kind of have an area-wide outage, but they didn't say why. And they did say it should have been up within a couple of hours, but it did not come on until 11:45 last night. 15 minutes before midnight is when it popped back on. So we weren't even able to do anything with school because majority of our lessons are online. So, but we're going to get cranking today, but I wanted to just come on and do a little bit of an update just to let you guys know what was going on and why I haven't really been on. I'm going to go pop in and get those eggs because I know they should be finished. This is Nicholas. He can not quite ready yet. It's you know, you can chit chat. He's got his own little YouTube channel going. So if you want to, you can just talk about that a little bit. Let me pop in and grab those eggs, right? Yeah, it won't be long. A couple seconds. Grab this.
Oh, that's good.
Huh?
The light just went off.
Can you take it? Can you take it out? I have overdone these eggs for you. I'm making two more. Yeah. You need help? Right back. Yeah. Perfect. Just try to get it underneath and it pops right up. There we go. One more. So how have you guys been doing? You know, Rugal, you've been on, I think, all my lives. Just gonna get one more. Okay, I'm gonna put some walnuts in this one. And maybe some coconut. Yeah. No, you can talk. What are you talking?
I don't know what to talk about.
Talk about whatever. Talk about your YouTube channel. Talk about your being a gamer. All right. Let's put some coconut flakes. Is that enough? Should I go more? And maybe some walnuts. Yeah. I should have chopped these up before, but I think I can crush them. There we go. Walnuts. All right. Let's close that baby down.
Does it just start by itself?
Yeah, once you close it, then it automatically starts to cook because both sides are hot. And then once that light goes off, usually it's done. But if you want it like that golden color, then you want to just leave it. I usually leave it a little bit longer. Yeah. Oh, hi, Anne. I always make way too much batter. There's two of us. We already have 2 waffles done, and I've got enough for at least 3 more. So come on over. We're just having breakfast and chit-chatting or making breakfast. This is my youngest son, Nicholas. We're gonna be starting school a little bit late, but I was kind of doing an update. I just got back from my eye doctor, and the reason I haven't been doing any lives recently is because I really didn't look that great. My eye was just looked really horrible. So I kind of took a break from the lives. I really haven't even done much videos. I have a couple that I'm working on, but my eye has been really bothering me. And this is the best it's looked in a long time. So went to my eye doctor. Yeah, went to my eye doctor this morning, and the diagnosis is some strange thing called, what did I say it was again? Penguiculitis or something like that. It's basically like tiny little dots that I have on my eyes, and they get really inflamed. The dots, I think, are called penguicula. So when they're inflamed, then it's called penguiculitis or something to that effect. So I have to start on these, what you call it, steroid eye drops. Can I borrow this, please? Go grab another fork for me, because I just put this one right here with the batter. Just got messed up. So that's the reason why I haven't really been doing a whole lot. And plus, it got so bad on Saturday that I even lost sight in my eye. So I've really been working on just resting my eyes the last few days. Just one fork. But I just I put this one into the batter accidentally. Okay, thank you. So what have you been up to? I know it really does it, and even now it's irritating, but I'm trying to just not let it bother me. I've got to go and pick up the eye drops and just start using them. They said the less I blink, the better.
Right.
Because the more you blink, there's lots of raised areas, and the more I blink, the more I irritate it. So that's why I'm trying not to blink. But the thing is, blinking actually helps to relieve the itching. So I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. This one should be ready. Yeah. I like mine a little bit crispy. So I've got the walnuts and the coconut in there. And I like to let mine sit just a little bit longer. Say good morning. This one has the coconut flakes and walnuts.
I remember these were the waffles that I made.
I know. And I'm going to make one now with chocolate chips. They good? Chocolate chip? All right. My son Nicholas, he has a YouTube channel as well. You want to tell everybody what it is?
It's ruins with a period at the end so that you know it's me. And the N is uppercase, and it has two Z's.
All right. So what I probably do is just link his channel so you guys can go and check him out. He's a gamer. Maybe you're not into gaming, but he's just starting out. I remember what it was like when I was just starting out. All right. Is that enough chocolate chips, or would you like some more?
Couple.
That's a couple more. Good? Okay. All right. There we go. Closed. Close it here. Just remember, this is hot. Set it right here. Yeah, what's the song? Let's see. Sounds like challenge. How do you control your blink? Just thinking about it a lot and really trying to avoid doing it. Yeah, that waffle maker is so cute. You know, I've had this for a number of years. We've been in this house, what, 8 years? And I had this when we were at the other house. And we were there for a good 8 years. So it really, it works. I mean, I haven't used it in a while, but I've had it for a very long time. So it's gotten a good workout, because we used to make waffles all the time. When my daughter, who's now 21, when she was younger, that's all she wanted, waffles. So we jokingly would tell her, you keep eating waffles, you're going to turn into one. Then the next thing was cinnamon rolls. She absolutely loves cinnamon rolls. Oh, that's another thing. If you take cinnamon rolls, if you buy those prepackaged ones, take the cinnamon rolls and flatten it out a little bit and put it in here. You have what would they call it? It would be a cinnamon roll flavored waffle. You don't really have to make anything. You just buy the prepackaged stuff and put it in here. And biscuits, the biscuit dough that you buy, you can do the same thing. Flatten it out a little bit, put it in here, and you can have Mickey Mouse shaped waffle biscuits. There's so much you can do with this waffle machine. So many things. So it's not just for making waffles. My daughter is obsessed with Disney. She'd love it. Yeah, I think I got this from, I want to say, TJ Maxx. I'm pretty sure that's where I found this. So this shouldn't be too hard to find. She's buying her first home. Oh yeah, I can imagine you having her little waffle machine set up, have a pile of waffles sitting there waiting for her when she walks in. That would be cool. Yeah, she would love this. There's just so much that you can do with this machine. Make sure that we're not burning your... Perfect. Because I know you don't like yours too crispy, right? There we go. He doesn't like his too crispy. Chocolate chip. Right. You got enough for a couple more. Do you want another chocolate chip, or do you want this plain?
Just plain.
And I think once you put, we really haven't put oil in here. I think once you put oil in there once, all I do is after every use, I just clean it out really good. I actually have these baby wipes that I use to just clean all of the excess out. Let it cool really well, and then just clean it out. And the next time, I don't even add oil. I think I might have seasoned this just once, and all I do is really just take a good washcloth or wipes and just clean it off really, really well. But the non-stick in there is really good. It's your waffles don't stick at all. No, and unless you're going to put some kind of topping that would stick, I usually put in like cranberries in mine occasionally. Any kind of dried fruit like that may stick, so you may want to use like a Pam spray or something to take out, to help your those kind of waffles not to stick. But apart from that, I don't really use any kind of oil on there. We just made chocolate chips. We just made ones with dried coconut, and they came out quite easily.
We have cups.
eBay has everything. I'll check on there. Oh, absolutely. Amazon as well.
We have cups.
Cups for?
Thanks.
Oh, you said you wanted hot chocolates, right?
Oh
here.
yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's perfectly cool now. Oh, here's your spoon. Do you want your spoon? Yeah, he's got hot chocolate and I've got Thai tea. And I'm gonna pop in here for a second because I've got eggs going. Let me not burn those up. Go ahead and talk about your channel.
I don't know what to talk about though.
Tell them you're waiting on your brother or something. Turn this over. All right, I put a timer on. So
What games? I play I play Fortnite and Call of Duty games.
you said that's how the foreman grill is too. Nothing sticks to that thing, and yep, that's true. What kind of games? Just you said Call of Duty.
And Fortnite.
And what's your favorite Call of Duty one?
Call of Duty World War II.
World War II. And this kid, he saved up. He knew that World War II was coming out November. Was it November of last year that it came out?
I think so.
No, it was just
November.
Was it November? Yeah. So he found out like at the beginning of summer, saved his money, worked. I should add that. We had a hurricane that passed through. So he went to neighbors' houses and would help them to clean up their yards. And he made some money and he's used that to help to pay for his game. Right? Little entrepreneur got working on here. Right, Nicholas? Be your own boss, right? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right now, I've been playing a lot of Fortnite though.
Miss Angela says, "Great job, Nicholas."
Thank you.
And whenever I'm talking to you guys, whenever I'm referring to one of you to Nicholas, I will always say Miss or Mister because that's just how I roll. Okay, anyone who's older than him, it's a Miss or Mister or Mrs. You see what she said? It's so cute. Yeah. All right, let's check on. This is a plain, right? Perfect. Right. Let's get this up. I've got to stand up to do this, not one of those sitting down jobs. All right. I believe that is it. Go ahead and unplug that for me, please, Nicholas, and I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this to another spot since we're done with the machine.
She is a good mom. Well, somebody said teaching. Miss Angela said, teaching respect to your good mommy.
Oh, thank you guys. You know, I've gone to stores where people would ask him questions and things, and he would say yes ma'am or no ma'am or yes sir and no sir, and some people would actually say no, none with this ma'am thing or sir thing. And I look at them and say oh yes, that's exactly what he needs to say to you, because That's proper manners. You're
This is-
older than he is. I think that's chocolate chip. Just testing, huh?
Yeah.
Chocolate chip. I said he needs to remember to use his manners. So people are always shocked whenever he responds in that way. And to be honest, I don't know why.
Me either.
Because that's how I was raised. Let me put these in the kitchen. So it's it's what I expect from my kids for them to be respectful to people who are older than them. Don't call them by their first name, because for if I ever heard, and this is funny, I went home years ago. This was about it was 8 years ago for our 25th high school reunion. And I remember one of my teachers was there, and he looked at me and I said, "Hi, Mr. Hanson." He looks at me and says, "Oh, no more Mr. This. You're a grown woman and I'm no longer your teacher." And I said, "You know what? You will always be Mr. Hanson to me, because I will never at any point in my life call a teacher or a former teacher by their first name. If you taught me, or even if you didn't, you're going to be Mr. or Mrs. or Miss whatever, your last name. Not I could never call any of my teachers by their first name, no matter how old I got. I really couldn't. So that's just how it is, just how I was raised. Are you going to participate in the $5 Goodwill challenge tomorrow? Oh, I didn't even know about the $5 Goodwill, because remember I said my eyesight hasn't been too good, so I haven't even been able to really see much.
What's the $5 Goodwill challenge?
I'm guessing what it sounds like is you go and you purchase something for $5 and maybe create something. Is that what it is? I have to go on and look to see what that's about. Miss Angela says that's why you're going to be so successful, because you have the proper manners. Hopefully I'm raising you right. Right? Let me put this in this thing. Yeah. You got this up here.
I usually don't eat a lot in the mornings.
I know. Yeah, I practically almost have to force this kid to eat. When I first wake him up, it's a good hour before he actually eats anything. Did you have one already? You don't have to eat them all right now. I mean, you can snack, or we can save some for tomorrow. You can save some for later. So it's up to you. You don't have to eat them all now. Do you want a piece of
A
this?
little thick.
Hmm?
A little thick too.
Yeah. Well, waffles usually are thicker than pancakes. It depends on how you make the pancakes
Oh,
too.
but I've seen some waffles and they look thicker.
Oh, probably Belgian waffles. Belgian waffles are like this thick and they're like this big. They're enough to serve like 4 people, in my opinion. The Belgian waffles are huge. Really good though. That's what I had in college every day for breakfast. One gigantic Belgian waffle. Up to $5 is hosted by Old World Home, and just buy anything spring. Don't even have to craft. Oh, okay. The DIY Mommy also has one on Saturday. It's a spring 2018 DIY. All right, I could probably do that one. That will give me a couple more days, because I'm not sure if I can swing over to Goodwill right now. I actually just did the Trash to Treasure challenge that I did a few weeks ago, was at Goodwill, and that was actually $5, less than $5, because the carving was $2.99. The stand was 99 cents. The little candle holder was 69 cents. And then I made it into a piece that I absolutely loved. That was actually less than $5. Wouldn't want to use that for this one though, because that was like a craft. An what do they call upcycle? All right, I'll go on and I'll check out DIY Mommy and Old World Home and see what it is. I'll check those out.
Excuse me. Well,
All right.
be over there for a second.
All right.
Washing my hands.
So how was your weekend, Angela? I know it's Thursday, but I really haven't even been on to check on anybody over the Saturday night. I was pretty much blind. Sunday I slept a lot, and so I'm just giving my body time to recover and my eyes kind of trying to heal them. So today all we're gonna do really is catch up on school. He's got a test he's gonna do. Actually, there's a two tests: science test and your photography, the photography test, and try to get at least one other math lesson done today. Math is his favorite subject. That's almost a piece of cake for him. Think of ideas for the DIY mommy. You know, do you have to go anywhere specific for that challenge, the DIY the decor challenge? If you don't, if you have a Dollar Tree near you, I'm telling you, that is the place to go and get DIY craft materials. They've got everything. Everything. I went there the other day and actually I've got a couple bags on the ground that I wanted um to do my like a haul video, but I just haven't been able to because I just, couldn't really see and wasn't feeling that great. So I picked up a couple new items there the other day. So I might just try to do that haul video today or tomorrow. But if go to the Dollar Tree, I'm telling you, you can come up with some great ideas. Because they have everything. And you won't spend a ton of money. You can make if you want to do some kind of like a wreath, the they have different ideas for wreath. And then of course they've got the artificial flowers and they have all of these little, I don't know if you've seen them, little cacti, tiny containers. They also have little terrariums and you don't necessarily have, you can use those for so many things. So there's lots of ideas. Spend like $40 every time. I know because every time you walk in there, what I've gotten into the habit of doing is putting $10 cash in my pocket, leaving my debit card in the car because I go in with a specific thing. Unless I have a DIY that I'm working on, then I'll go in intending to spend more. But on other occasions, when I go in for specific things, I take just the right of money that I know I'm going to need because I always end up spending way too much. I always end up overspending in there. So I have my tricks whenever I have to go to the Dollar Tree. Just take the cash that I know I'm going to be needing for those few items, or if I need the debit card for bigger things, then I'll take that in. But oh my gosh, it is so hard. And then I choose specific days. I try to avoid being in the vicinity of the Dollar Tree because it's like it's got this big sign that says, "Come in, Gina. We're waiting for you. We miss you." you know, I just don't have that kind of restraint. Always find something else. I know, and they always come out with new things. Like almost every week, there's something new in there. And this time of the year, being spring, yes, there's so much new stuff that you want to get. So much. You say something? I seem to be doing all the chit
I
chatting.
don't know what to say.
So what are you gonna be doing today?
School.
Do you like school? Yeah. Don't say yes just because I'm here or because people are listening.
Just it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it does get harder from as you go on. He's in sixth grade, and this is your last few months of sixth grade, actually.
I like saying sixth grade because I sound makes me feel grown.
hmm But the next year you'll be saying middle school. No, you'll be saying junior high, because sixth grade is considered middle school. Seventh grade is junior high. It make you seem even more grown. I know. My last baby is all grown up. I've got a granddaughter. She's at daycare right now. I had to drop her off really early this morning. Usually take her to daycare like around 8:30. Um, but this morning I had to drop her off just after 7 because my appointment is up in Titusville, which is doesn't necessarily take long to get there, but my insurance has transportation that picks me up, and I got picked up at 7:45 and didn't get to my appointment till just short of 9, just after 9. So because they pick up a few other people along the way. So she's been in daycare since early this morning. Are you on Pacific time? No, I'm on Eastern time. Yeah, I'm in Florida. So we're Eastern.
This is my last year before I could be a teenager.
It is. It is. Oh, you've been up for a while then. Yeah, I think I woke up around 5:30. Woke up around 5:30, but I didn't actually get up until 5 minutes after 6. I usually try to get up early in the morning because I try to put some painting in. I The irony of this whole situation with my eye is that yesterday I decided to just do I call it an intuitive painting, and really had no thought whatsoever going in. I was just throwing paint on the canvas. And last night, when I was wrapping up the whole thing, I called Nicholas in and to give him a peek at it. It's not finished yet, but I've been kind of recording the progress. And what turned out was, wow. I think if people saw it, you're probably gonna say say this, say, what were you taking? What were you using? What were you on, girl? So, but I'm gonna do that reveal. I will show you after I'm finished with it and I'll have the video put together. You'll see what I mean. But it turned out really good, isn't it? It's very interesting. Are you been up? I'm in California. I was thinking, wow, she's gotten a lot accomplished already. No, it's 12 o'clock, 12:08 here. So I'm guessing that it's just 9 o'clock in the morning for you because you're 3 hours behind, right? Yeah, I'm going to work on the video. I will probably have the painting completed tonight since we're going to just spend today catching up on school. So I'll work on it tonight, finish up the video tomorrow, and probably by Saturday I will have that video ready to post. And hopefully I'd be able to do one of those challenges as well. Yeah, it's lunchtime. Technically, this is lunchtime, but we're just really having breakfast. So, ready to start? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so glad both of you had a chance to come and hang out with us. It's been good. Good catching up. Miss Angela said, he's so cute, he's shy. Yeah. And that's how he is. Yeah, that's how his dad was too, was really quiet. And the irony is that when I was his age, I was the same way. It took me a lot to get out of what they call my shell. And I think it took college. It wasn't up until I came to college that I really, started to really speak a lot. And I think my professors kind of forced me to. So, and when I first came to college, being an international student, we had certain English words that were kind of different. Let me tell you a story. I walked into a college bookstore, and let me just paint the scenario, the scene first. It was a Christian school, Christian university, and I was with another male student who just happened to be from Australia. And I went into a Christian bookstore to get some things, but I was specifically looking for this thing called a rubber. And I walked in and I went up to the cash register after looking around. I couldn't really find one that I wanted. And I went up to the cash register, and I said, excuse me, ma'am, I'm looking for a rubber. And the lady looked at me. She said, young lady, this is a Christian university. And I remember looking at her and saying, I understand that, ma'am, but what does that have to do with anything? All I need is a rubber. I just want a rubber. And what made the matter worse was I was standing there with a guy. And one of the professors happened to overhear, a male professor overheard the conversation, and he came over and he said, he said, ma'am, she's not looking for a condom. She's looking for an eraser. She's British. And obviously the guy from Australia, he was also, England used to own Australia, not anymore, but they're, still that British influence. So both of us called an eraser a rubber. But this poor lady at the cash register, we had her going because she was seriously thinking we were looking for a condom. So after that experience, the professor who just happened to overhear that said, how about the two of you getting together, put together an English lesson that explains the difference between, or a difference in meaning between words in your country or in the British system compared to certain words, the same words in the American system. So based on that, I really got a chance to go around and speak. And I think that encouraged me to be able to speak a little bit more. So that really definitely helped me to come out of my shell. Trust me, that lady at the cash register, she didn't think it was so funny. The poor lady, I mean, I can still see her face when I said I'm looking for a rubber. Because I remember she looked at me and then she turned to the guy and looked at him. And then she looked back at me and said, young lady, this is a Christian university. I'm like, yeah, I understand that. But really, what does that have to do with anything? I just want a rubber. Yeah, I really had her going that day. But I was so glad that that professor walked by because I don't know how long that discussion would have taken or where it would have led. Who knows? Would have probably both been expelled from the school. Who knows?
What's expelled?
Kicked out.
Oh,
yeah. But no, the professor knew because the thing is, this professor, he taught in universities over in England, so he understood. Yeah. So he saved our butts that day. But he's the one that actually gave us the opportunity to go around and, teach that particular lesson. We did it for our whole semester, traveling from one, English class to another, just comparing words. Same word, one meaning in England, in the British system, and has a whole different meaning in the American system. And the one that got everybody laughing was that rubber. Yeah. Well, we had a good time. It was a good time. Yeah. Let me see. I need to go. My mom's trying to call me. You too. We will, and thanks so much for stopping by and chatting with us. We're gonna head off too because we've got to get started with some school. All right, so thank you and enjoy the rest of your day. Actually, enjoy your day. You're just starting. All right. Bye. Ready? Say bye.
Bye.